Hi, YouTube. Nothing going on today? Didn't think so. How are you? What's going on? I'm live today celebrating my 2 month sobriety from weed. I guess the weed used to give me so much of what I needed. Hi there, Lovey. Nice to see you. Thanks for tuning in. You can probably leave. Nothing much to see here today. Thank you. It's easier to do these and have you watch them later. I don't need a bunch of people online spying me while I'm trying to chat because I got nothing going on. I just like to see where I can take these conversations as they happen. And today, we're celebrating 2 months sobriety. It feels amazing, by the way. And I get accused often of being schizophrenic when I'm on the weed, but it's just because I lacked a filter. I have Tourette syndrome, not schizophrenia, not bipolar with mania. I don't experience delusions. I don't experience paranoia. I just am too open and too loving by nature. I feel comfortable in almost every given situation, and I'm capable of making good decisions. I don't go into high risk behaviors other than the weed smoking, which ruined my life. So I'm hoping out there that you children stay sober. Stay sober and play the game. I guess you can play the game for now. It's just such a limiting, disorganized experience based in competition, but it's an opportunity to try your hand at contribution. And that's why it's important that you stay sober. I also spent 4 hours without a cigarette this morning because in February, to get off the weed, unfortunately, I started smoking like actual cigarettes. It's the first time I've ever done it, and it will be the last. I'm now quitting this because I have a great move on the horizon, a great opportunity to move somewhere else and start afresh in a place where I have a few more experiences at the opportunity for me because I'm going so crazy without good opportunities socially, financially, and in romantically and spiritually developing and opening my heart to new opportunities to grow in relationship. I would love that. I would really truly love that. But like I said, the weed put me back in so many ways because people do not socially accept marijuana. And it just kind of limited everything that I could have contributed. And now I have the opportunity for redemption in true love because with my true love beside me, we would be unstoppable, could contribute in any way we wanted. And I'd have that influence that I've lost because I miscultivated it over the years. And I just want you kids to know how fast life goes, how utterly impossible it is to recover once the time has passed. And I guess with my last true love, the weed really limited me in my ability to take his advances seriously and take myself seriously as a viable option. I was constantly living the rush of that glorious thing that is weed. I do love it. I still love to smoke it socially eventually, but that's with extreme caution, and I don't dare go near it until I know that I will be able to just smoke it socially and not reconnect with it the next morning. I know what a lot of people mean now when they tout their sobriety, when they have these milestones that they use to congratulate themselves, I guess is what it is. Thanks for tuning in, by the way, whoever you were. It's always nice to see a listener out there amongst my subscribers. And I'm so darn disappointed that I lost my first YouTube channel when Gmail randomly restricted access out of retaliation to my account. But there again, that's a whole other scenario. What I went through behind the covoid was no joke. That amount of repression, that amount of social cancellation, it was something I'll never, ever, ever get my words out to explain. We'll never be able to go through my internet history and see exactly what happened in those years. And those perpetrators of that extreme amount of group violence will never be held to account. So all I can do is move forward and go on to bigger and brighter days. But I evaded the cult of creating homelessness. There has been so many people through mandated incarcerations in the mental health facilities been made homeless, taken out again and again of opportunities that they were engaged in that were relevant and helpful and beneficial, and left out to their own resources to start again and start again and start again. And I'm not your neurotypical person. I'm not socially normative either. So that makes me a bit of a target. Not that I mind it, because it also is a blessing because I have this like blank mind. My mind is a blank canvas. My inner state is fairly wonderstruck. So ultimately, it's a harmless way of being, and it's a completely responsive way of being. And it's not my fault if you can't manage that and you can only manage the prescribed conversations and participating in the prescribed conversations in the prescribed way. But if I look back at my life, I chose weed and the forced spiritual growth that it provides over cultivation of true excellence, which I was capable of and still am. I've got a real hot tamale on my hands. I just can't. I just can't with this person because he's so can. I can. I really can. Like, I really just can. I mean, he's a little bit insulting, but hey, my mom took it with grace when my stepdad used to belittle the crap out of her. And my people were so, when I was growing up, were so jovial with each other. And the way that we threw zingers was completely harmless and completely respectful. I take it for granted that I've had it so good in life as far as the people that I've met. And I have to believe that there's still more coming, but I'm really loving my sobriety. It's amazing how much you turn to love it when you get some momentum behind it. I don't think I could imagine stretching my brain like that, switching my hemispheres right now. The agitated kind of inter zone that you go in as you're coming off the product. But it made me very loose tongued at points. And I said all sorts of daring things because I was bored, and because you got to have playfulness. You got to enjoy life. So ultimately, I'm enjoying my attention that I'm getting from my true love recently. And I believe when I hear that he's coming around and then he wants to see this thing happen and he's going to do what he needs to. But I also understand the major overhaul that he's been going through in his own life. And it would be a lot to have to settle for one very spectacular being. I'm a spectacular being nonetheless. And I deserve to be in a place where I can make change and make progress. I wish we could listen to me collectively and start to organize in ways that I see that are very possible. but I'd give anything to have my own little corner of the globe that I could beautify and make perfect. And that's kind of the opportunity that I've cut myself out of because the social parameters are so strict. There's so little. The opportunity for success, you have to not do weed. You have to stay sober. And I want to see every kid out there stay sober. I don't want to see a vegetable class. I don't want to see, we've already got inoculations at 0 years old that are fucking it for 1/5 of you kids, like literally, truly fucking it. But if we can start to make secure, like, control groups that don't have any interference from injections, we can start to preserve the DNA and make the case for the development that is possible when you don't diametrically oppose true progress and try and exert your control on natural development. I was watching a by-election today, or by-election results here in Canada, and of course the Trudeau government is throwing some money at conservation of oceans and the pomp and circumstance. I'm not sure how I feel about the First Nations people showing up with that much resource in their coffers, dressed to the nines like they are. I just don't feel good about that assimilation. It's assimilation. It's social assimilation 101, and you fell for that. I'd rather see a little less pomp and circumstance when it comes to our First Nations leaders declaring these victories. So Trudeau just needs to realize that Canadians don't really like multiple term prime ministers. And as far as the status quo, like, he's not done enough. He's not done enough that hasn't been criminal to make us really organized better, paying less at the gas station, at the grocery store. He's let all these arbitrary fluctuations in the interest rate and all this needless garbage. Make the money, man. It's a digital economy. Just make the money. Let's get going. For us to kind of lose that belief of ours that it's better to switch it up. And this Poliver guy, God, he is not prime minister material. There's nothing about this kid, just like Andrew Scheer, that is anything more than Trudeau's annoying little counterpart. Somebody to distract the public by pandering back and forth. There's no true leadership in the guy. He's not a great visionary. He's not somebody that can help us seize the opportunities that are present. And he's not someone that can hold to account the massive crime that was the COVID, that has so destructively influenced our development on a subtle level. I'm so sick of this soft disclosure of aliens when we know for 100 years now they were behind, humanoids were behind most of the development decisions that we made collectively for some strange reason. And we have this beautiful organizational masterpiece called the United Nations, and we're sitting there squabbling while these terribly humanoid beings come at us with their yet latest request on repeat. And we just kowtow completely in a deceptive and destructive manner. We do it anyway. I'm sorry, babe. I'm really sorry that you won't try this. And I'm worried that you won't give me an opportunity to primp myself, to make myself the masterpiece that I know I can be, to be by your side, loving you and supporting you, to show the world my beautiful, trustworthy heart is so secure and safe with your mayhem. I wish you could make that happen for us. I really wish to stand beside you in all my gratitude and all of my wisdom and all of my statuesque prowess and just vibe. It's really just a vibe that we'd create together that's unstoppable and unique in the world. So I hate every day without you. It's really a terrible thing, and it was a really terrible thing to have to move on from Gordy into the potential of something else so beautiful. Um, but at the same time, it's a destined love affair. It'd be such a great blessing to be taken care of by you in a way that helps me take care of you because I know what paranoia looks like in a person, and I know what isolation looks like in a person. And it's not in me that we have to deal with those things. Is my mic on? Oh my God, what the hell? Why can't I see my mic on? Hello?